Hello everybody, welcome to PBM's Video Entertainment, and welcome back to another episode of PBM's Home Media Reviews, a series to review and talk about movies. And so, to celebrate the upcoming Paw Patrol the Dino movie, which will be released July of 2026, I figured we could talk about Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie. We already covered the first film, now we're going to talk about the second film. So, without wasting any more time, we will now jump into the history of Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie. So, Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie was originally released in theaters back in September 29th of 2023 by Paramount Pictures, Nickelodeon Movies, and Spin Master Entertainment. And overall, this movie has received positive reviews from critics, and it was also a financial success, grossing over $205 million worldwide against a production budget of $30 million. Then on December 12th of 2023, the movie was finally released onto home media, and you can either get it on DVD or on Blu-ray. Just a reminder, the Blu-ray copy has the digital movie code, while the DVD copy does not. And that is it for the history part. Now we'll jump into my copy of Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie. Alrighty, so we will now take a look at my copy of Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie. So of course the version I have is the Blu-ray copy, and it says also comes with a digital movie code, but I got this one used at a movie store, and so yeah, the digital code has been tossed away, but I'm not too disappointed because I could also watch this film on Paramount Plus if I'm like on the go or whatever, you know. Anyways, on the front, we have a pretty cool front poster art. And on the top left-hand corner, here we have Victoria, which I believe that's her name, yeah, the villain in the movie. Anyways, here we have all of the pups right here. Here we have Rubble, Rocky, Chase, Sky, Liberty, Zuma, and Marshall. And this time Sky is the protagonist, but of course I'll talk about more on that later on when I talk about the story plot of the film. But anyways, here we have all of the vehicles at the bottom. And yep, Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie logo. All new big screen adventure right here. And that is a sticker. Then here we have the spine, Paramount Pictures. Then we have the movie logo. Then here we have all of the pups. Blu-ray disc logo. Same thing on this spine right here. And then here we have the back. Unleash your powers. And here's the blurb if you want to pause and read all of that. An action-packed adventure for the entire family, says Dave Morales from Fox TV. And then here we have all of the pups right here. And then, of course, we have 3 different scenes from the film. And then here we have the special features. And the movie is rated PG here in the United States due to mild action and plural. Now, the first film was rated G, while the second film is rated PG. But yeah, I mean, I think it's better for, you know, all superhero films to be like PG or higher. But of course, if it's like a family-friendly superhero film, make it PG, not G-rated, because, I don't know, feels like, you know, if you were to rate, like, a superhero film, like in the United States or something like that, it's like, don't make it, like, G-rated. But, of course, like, I do know, like, for Incredibles, the first film, like, I know in the US it's rated PG, but over in, like, Canada, they made the movie rated G or something, or pretty much over in Canada, it's rated G for the first Incredibles, while in the US it's rated PG. And I wonder if the same treatment went for the Paw Patrol Mighty Movie, because like I said, it's rated PG here in the US, and it's probably like rated G in Canada. That's what I'm guessing. I haven't looked up the rating for Canada. But anyways, here we have Nickelodeon Movies, Spin Master Entertainment, and running time is approximately 87 minutes long. And if we remove the slipcover, this is what it looks like. And it does have some wear and tear, so like I said, I got this one used at a movie store. And of course the backside, it is different, made it Blu-ray size and not slipcover size. But yeah, I mean, well, of course, they're almost the same size, except, you know, this one, it's like more, pretty much has more room than the Blu-ray, obviously. So anyways, it is a 1-disc Blu-ray. Not sure if it's region free or region A. I'm not too sure on that. But yeah. And there is no DVD copy. So yeah, if you want to get it on DVD, you will have to buy the DVD copy of Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie. Anyways, let me put it back in the slipcover if it'll let me. And now we will jump into the menu tour for Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie. Alrighty, so here we have the menu tour for Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie. So here we have Play Movie, Settings, Scenes, and Extras. Let's do Settings. So, here we have English Dolby Atmos, English Audio Description. I think that's Danish, or I'm not sure what language that is, if I'm being honest. I am so sorry. Anyways, here we have German, 5.1 Dolby Digital, Espanol, España, 5.1 Digital, then Latin American Spanish, 5.1 Dolby Digital, Italian, Dolby Digital 5.1, and then Japanese, Dolby Digital 5.1. Still don't know what language the rest of these are, but all of these are Dolby Digital 5.1. And then subtitles, of course, English for the deaf and hard of hearing. And then, still don't know what language that is, probably Danish. I still don't know, I am so sorry. German, Spanish, España. Is that like Spain or European Spanish? I don't know. Here we have, of course, Latin American Spanish, Italian, Japanese, and of course the other languages that I do not know, and I am so sorry about that. Anyways, here we have the scenes. So we have 11 scenes to choose from. And then here we have 2 special features, Possumly Powerful Pups and a Totally Possum Cast. And that is it for the menu tour for Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie on Blu-ray. And so we have now come to the last part where I talk about my review and thoughts on today's movie. So, let's talk about the story plot first. What is the story basically about? So, in the beginning we see the Paw Patrol like in the Adventure City Tower, and they're watching the meteor shower that is about to happen. Meanwhile, a new villain named Victoria Vance, aka V, well, V for short. She, of course, was trying to steal the meteor, but of course that backfired, and the meteor ends up destroying the whole Adventure City Tower, and the pups were transferred from like the tower to the cruiser, or the Paw Patrol cruiser, or whatever it was called. Meanwhile, V got arrested for trying to steal the meteor and everything. Like, of course, she made a video about it, but then, of course, she ends up being arrested for that crime. And so V meets up with Mayor Humdinger in there, and they plan to like escape from jail, which of course they eventually have done that part. Meanwhile, Sky, she was of course looking at the meteor because, well, the thing was the Paw Patrol, they brought the meteor inside the cruiser, and later on Sky, she was looking at the meteor, and then all of a sudden Sky and the other pups were all granted superpowers, and of course they were using like superpowers obviously for good, because, you know, the Paw Patrol are the good pups. Anyways, but yeah, ever since they got their superpowers, they've been like saving people from bigger threats and stuff like that, you know. Meanwhile, V and Humdinger managed to like escape from jail, and so they had a plan to trap one of the pups, that way they could have like one of the crystals, you know. But anyways, so their plan pretty much worked. Like, pretty much V like set up a trap for Sky, and then Sky fell for V's trapped, and V took Sky's crystal and stuff like that. But of course Sky managed to like save the plane before it like crashed to the ground like hard, you know. But anyways, Sky feels terrible, and so Sky takes like the other pup's crystals to get her crystal back. But then of course she ends up like being thrown in the cell in V's lair and stuff like that. And of course, the other pups, of course, luckily they had like one crystal left. And of course, with their help, they managed to, of course, save Sky, and of course, stop V, and of course, stop a whole bunch of like meteors, from like destroying the city and stuff like that, you know? So overall, what do I think of the story? Overall, the story plot was pretty good. It was pretty meaningful, and it had a good message too, overall. And now let's talk about the characters. So obviously, we have like all the Paw Patrol characters like Chase, Sky, Marshall, Zuma, Rocky, Rubble, and of course we have Liberty once again, which of course I do love Liberty. She is hilarious. Now, I want to talk about Sky in this film. So, obviously Sky is the protagonist character in this film, and her story, of course, she was feeling like the smallest pup. Obviously she's the smallest pup out of all the pups from Paw Patrol, and she wished that, you know, she can do like bigger things and stuff like that, just like all the other pups, you know? So I really love Sky in this film, and I gotta say, both Sky and Marshall are definitely my top 2 favorite pups from Paw Patrol, for sure. And now, let's talk about the new characters. So, obviously we have, like, V. She's not a bad villain, but I can't say she's, like, the best villain of all time. Pretty much she's not as good as, like, Mayor Humdinger, you know? But, still cool, nevertheless. And now let's talk about the Junior Patrollers. So, in that film, of course, like, they, of course, want to help the Paw Patrol and stuff like that. Well, pretty much somewhere in the middle of the film, Liberty, like pretty much trains the Junior Patrollers to become, like, stronger and faster and stuff like that, you know, which I find that pretty adorable. And, of course, they did help the Paw Patrol in the end, for sure. And, yeah, not that much to say, really. So overall, pretty great characters in the film. I thought the new characters were pretty good, and I'm glad to see, like, you know, the 6 main pups and Liberty back. And, of course, we do have, like, different voice actors, like, for the main 6 pups, which, I've got no problems with that. If they can't bring in, like, the original cast from, like, pretty much from the first Paw Patrol film, that's fine. But, as long as they do a good job, I'm happy, and not, you know, a crappy job. I understand, like, it's mostly, like, kid voice actors that voice the Paw Patrol pups. And then, of course, you have, like, Liberty, like, being voiced by, I don't remember the voice of Liberty, but, she does a really good job voicing Liberty in the 2 Paw Patrol films, for sure. And now let's talk about the animation. Well, not that much to say on the animation, except the animation is really good, and, yeah, overall, pretty amazing animation. Now let's talk about the soundtrack overall. I thought the soundtrack was pretty good, and my favorite song, it's gotta be, Down Like That, or whatever it's called. I think that one's definitely the best music track from the movie, without a doubt, for sure. Now onto my final thoughts. So overall, do I recommend Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie? Now, of course, I know Paw Patrol is pretty much aimed for little kids and stuff like that, you know, but if you happen to be a Paw Patrol fan like I am, feel free to pick this one up. That is, of course, if you've already watched the first one, you might like the second one, overall. Now, for me, I'm not sure which Paw Patrol movie I think is the best. Either the first or the second one. I'm not too sure. I kind of need to rewatch those 2 films again. I've seen the first Paw Patrol film, maybe 5 or 6 times? I don't remember. But I do know with Paw Patrol Movie 3, or Paw Patrol Movie 2, excuse me. I know I saw it twice in theaters, and I saw it once, like, on Paramount Plus or whatever. And, yeah. So, yeah. This movie overall, I think it's good in my personal opinion. I just don't know which Paw Patrol movie I think is the best. Now, of course, if you have kids or nieces or nephews that love Paw Patrol overall, they're going to enjoy this film for sure. Well, that's it for now, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time.